Remember, I say you have to stop at the toll pays when driving my car from Las Vegas, Nevada to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. So I approached this toll pay, and again, I don't know who these people are, the federales, the cartel, pirates, but I knew they wasn't the police. So I get to the toll pay. I have to slow down. You have to stop, or else, like I said, you're going to do a wheelie in the air. So you have to stop at these toll pays. And the people are strategically camped there waiting to see who's driving, waiting to see who they can extort, waiting to see who they can harass. So I get to the toll pay, and the man says, "Oh, you only have one license plate." I said, "Yes, sir, I do. I'm from the United States." And he says, "Well, you need to have two license plates." I said, "Well, sir, this is what they gave me when I registered the car in the United States. I cannot drive backwards because the license plate was on the back of my vehicle and there was no license plate on the front." And he says, "Well, let me see your paperwork." So I give him all of the permits that I paid for to drive my car from Las Vegas to Playa del Carmen, Mexico. Like I said, you have to make 3 copies of everything and have each set of copies in separate locations of the car in case they try to confiscate it. And you have to keep driving so that you can have copies in your car. Everything is strategically set up for failure. Okay, everything is strategically set up. They know you have to have cash for the tolls. They know you have to have cash to use the bathrooms. And they search my car up and down. When I tell you the hiding places that I hid my money, you would never ever believe. But guess what? They never found a motherfucking peso. And I stand on that. And I never paid them a motherfucking dime. Okay? I always stood my ground. I always stood firm. And I told them I am not paying you nothing. Okay? So he's asking to see my paperwork. I give him my paperwork. I give him my temporary resident card. That's when I was a temporary resident. So when you're a temporary resident, like I said, you are allowed 180 days and your car is allowed 180 days in Playa del Carmen, Mexico, which is equivalent to 6 months. Okay. But you have to take the car out and start the process over again, or your car becomes illegal and they can tow it and keep your vehicle. Okay. Stay tuned for part 2.